Hello. AriTheGoddesss here. I hope you all are doing well today. May this message resonate with you, and may you always use true discernment within every message. May the divine guide you and bring you the truth, the wisdom, and the clarity that is needed for your life, for your journey, and for this moment. Thank you all so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'm currently outside right now, so if you hear the water and if you hear the wind, that is because I am out in nature, and hopefully you're able to just hear the sounds of nature and the wind as well. That way it can be a form of you being in nature. That energy, may that energy, get to you within this message as well. So this message, there's going to be a couple messages today. So that was a big thump. So that's a lot of messages that is going to come out if you heard that. But there's going to be a lot of messages today. So if you're divinely guided to these messages, may you listen to these messages and may they resonate. So this message is maybe for someone who may be wanting to, do something within their life, but they may feel as though that they may be judged. You may feel as though that you may be judged by your family members, by your friends, by your loved ones, anyone that may be around you, or even just the outside world. You may feel as though that you may be judged, and that, and this may knock you off, course sometimes. You may feel confident one minute that you can do this, that you can, be great in whatever it is that you want to do, that you can be divine in this. But there may be times where you doubt yourself, and you may feel as though, there may be people who judge you, or, just some doubts and fears of yours that may come from yourself as well. And right now, you may be, you may be divinely guided right now, to take your power back. Right now is the time to take your power back and to, ask yourself, where have I given my power away to? Asking yourself, and maybe I just answered it by saying, you may have given your power, to people, places, or things, that you may feel, judgment from or condemnment from. And, this goes back to a message where I was speaking about, just, calling your power back to you. Knowing that your power is your own. Knowing that, your energy is your own. And you deserve to pour it into yourself. That way that you can be able to do yourself. So that you can, be divine and be divine in your soul's purpose, And, calling back your power from all times and places. Not just from, people, but from the timelines, from the places, from things, calling your power back and really believing in yourself right now, and letting love and letting compassion be within the heart, letting unconditional love be within the heart right now for yourself and for others, because this isn't a time of judgment. I know that it may be challenging because you may feel as though others may be judging you or condemning you, but this is where you call your power back and know and be divine, because knowing that unconditional love exists within you, and that the presence of love has no judgment, and this is a part of your divinity. This is a part of who you are. This is a part of the journey of stepping into your divinity, standing into your divinity, and doing your divine soul's purpose. And I'm getting that maybe this is your soul's purpose that you are wanting to embody or be in, and you may just find it challenging right now. Maybe it's nothing, and your soul's purpose is not anything that's just extravagant, like what is going on where you see outwardly. This has everything to do with just who you are and how divine you want to be and who you want to be within this world, and it doesn't have to be major is what I'm speaking. It doesn't have to be You are divine, so that's major on its own. That's great on its own. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't have to be what everyone else thinks that you're supposed to be doing, or what everyone else is doing, is what I'm saying. And right now is the time to just call back your power, because a lot of these people, places, things have your energy, whether you know it or not. And really meditating on that, really setting the intention before a meditation, really setting the intention before a prayer, and asking the divine to help you to see, who has your energy, what has your energy, and to really allow yourself in this time to call that energy back, and, asking the divine to help you call that energy back, and or just affirming that, saying to yourself, I call my power back from all times and places, people, places, and things, and speaking it. I am my own. I am divine and I have the power to, stand in my soul's purpose, and your soul's purpose is just being that extraordinary, unique you. And I feel as though everything else will follow. When you are able to honor and know that you are extraordinary, when you're able to honor and be able to stand in that truth of the divinity within, everything else will follow. So it doesn't have to just be this one thing. I feel as though you're not limited. We are not limited. So I do not believe it's just this one thing for you. But maybe there is something that you are wanting to do right now that you are having trouble stepping into that. And right now is the time to know that you are divine. Right now is time to call your power back from anything that is keeping you from doing that. Maybe there's some things that happened in the past. Maybe there's some fear from in the past where you may have went down a journey of doing something that you like doing, and maybe some obstacles have come along the way, and maybe there's fear from that and maybe that is why you don't want to step into this new endeavor or this new thing, or even may for some go back to that thing that you used to love or do. Maybe it's fear from that because you may have felt as though that you failed. But please know, you did not fail. That was a part of the journey. There was lessons and learning and wisdom that you had to learn from that to get you here. And please know that this is beautiful. Please know that this is, and anyone who shamed you for lessons and learning, then that just teaches you, that just shows you that maybe they're not learning or growing themselves. That just helps you have the wisdom to know that, okay, if there's anyone shaming you for what you've been through, that just goes to show that they may have not went on this journey themselves of growth, of learning, of wisdom, and finding out who they are. And that's okay. That's okay. They will get their day. They will, hopefully, if that's what they want, if they want to evolve, they will get that. But right now, it may be time for you to be true in who you are, and true in this endeavor or this endeavors, or just true in your soul's purpose, and that's being extraordinary and being that divine you. And right now it's time to call back your power. Right now it's time to call back your power. And to know that you are divine. For some divine feminines, it's time to call back that divine power, that divine feminine, to activate that divine feminine. Maybe you've been acting out of your divine masculine for so long, and maybe you're wondering, okay, why is things in my life so stagnant? Why is wealth, why is prosperity in my life so stagnant right now? What is going on? Why is it that I cannot manage to have great fortune in my life? And I'm not sure if, and this is what this message is for, but honoring that divine feminine brings in that prosperous, that wealthy, that good fortune within your life. And please know, I have learned this over time. This isn't something that I have always done. Myself is honoring the divine feminine. Yes, I'm a person who is very aware of myself, self-aware of myself, and know a lot of things about myself. But far as, and I could guess you could see it as a form of honoring, knowing yourself and knowing things about you. But as far as knowing that I'm not a person, honoring and knowing that giving my energy out to people, places, and things when they don't deserve it, or giving my energy out to, or just depleting my energy and not taking more out more than putting in, that's not honoring, but you have to go through that to learn that. And maybe that you're on this divine feminine, maybe you're on that journey as well of learning that, look, I've put so much out, I've depleted myself so much. Okay, it's time for me to pour into myself and really, 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 truly honor that divine feminine within, and really, really, truly be creative, loving, kind, free. I've once had that though. I've once honored me. But I went through a journey, I went through a phase of where, I had to tap into my divine masculine, and I'm just being honest, I'm just being real, because I know that there's other women, divine feminines, that have went through this as well. You had to do what you had to do. You had to do what you had to do. And let me tell you something. This is not a flamingo. What is this called? What is this bird? It's the white bird. And this bird it represents beauty, it represents peace, and it represents love and harmony. And what just happened is the red-winged bird just it was passing through, and the red-winged bird, wow, y'all, this is about to be amazing. I really hope, first of all, I hope that y'all can hear me, because this water is pretty loud. But the white bird just flew by, right? And I can't, for some reason I can't think of the name, but it just flew by. And that this bird represents, beauty, love, peace, freedom as well. I can't make this up. I'm gonna go look to make sure, but I know I'm not making this up because I've looked this up before. And so as this bird was passing by, the red ring bird just flew down to try to zap it. And red-winged birds, they're very protective, they're very free, they're very courageous, and they got that fire with them. And so what just happened in this moment, what I'm getting from this moment was, how I was just speaking about, I was this free, I once honored the divine feminine within me with my creativeness, with, me just being self-aware, with me just, knowing myself, and just, and I'm talking about this endeavor that I stepped out on faith and did. When I was courageous, when I was creative, when I was, walking, doing things by default, not really knowing that, I was really doing what I was supposed to be doing. When I was doing it by default and just being me, being authentically me at the time, what it's representing is I let others, come on, divine, I let others try to dictate me. I let others try to make me feel as though I wasn't worthy to be creative, or I let others, dictate my worth, dictate where I was in my life, dictate my creativeness, and it made me insecure, because at the time I didn't know this what was going on, but I was wondering, like, why do I feel this energy of, it was an energy I was feeling. I really can't, I don't know the people by, if I saw I don't know. Okay, so the thing about this message, and when I've spoken of it before, I never know who the people is. I can always just feel the energy though. The energy. I never just truly knew who the people was, but I just know when it was time to be around certain people, the energy just didn't feel the same no more. Because I was being creative, I was being authentic, I was just really being me. And so what that bird represented was, just the hate. I really don't like really using the word jealousy, but just me knowing myself and others, okay, we could say vibrating from a lower vibration, not really knowing themselves. It represented that for me just in that time. Maybe it can represent that for you as well, but maybe you've been through this as well. I know I went off subject, but I wanted to explain that because it showed me something in that moment. Maybe it may not show it with you, but because I know I've spoken of, And we can switch it around also, and saying how I need to be, or you need to be that courageous, protective, red-winged bird when it comes to your life right now. We can switch that message, and you can be in that. You can be in that energy, but you can know yourself, and you don't have to do that to others, but you can just protect your energy, protect who you are, protect, that beauty within. That can be, a message for, both things. It can really intertwine if you will, because you're vibrating high now. You don't have to, keep anyone from, you don't have to stoop down to anyone's level to make you feel good. You are divine, and you know how divine you are. And yes, okay, so I'm gonna keep going because yeah, I try to make that work, but hopefully that you get the message. I really hope that you got that message. But yeah, you may be in this time right now, debating whether or not to move forward in this time right now. And right now is the time to activate that, divine feminine within. Even for the divine masculines, being creative, knowing that the divine feminine, I hope you got this far, knowing that the divine feminine helps bring in wealth, helps bring in that prosperity, knowing that creativeness, that's what, and doing what you love, because this is where, reflecting back to you, being creative, being just truly who you are, and being in your divine and honoring the divine feminine, you're able to bring that forward within, that creativeness, that truth, that authenticity, that giving and receiving, as you're able to give and be in that creative state, you're able to receive all of that back. And you're able to not only be creative, but you're able to have that balance to put action into it as well, and bring forth, that prosperity as well. I really hope that this message made sense. I really wanted to get this message out, and I just really hope that it made sense. So honoring the divine feminine, maybe even for divine masculines, honoring, the women around you, because women, honoring the women around you, and paying attention to how they are creative, and putting that in your endeavors, and being inspired, and using it as a tool, as a way to help you as well. I was going to say tool, but I don't want it to seem as though that you were depleting the divine feminine, more so as just honoring and being inspired. And I really hope that message resonated. I really do. And allowing love in this time may be significant for you as well. Right now is the time to trust and ask the divine, to help you in this time. And to know that you have nothing to hide. That you have nothing to hide, and you see and accept all that you are. Also reconnecting with the sacred sense, also reconnecting with the sexual sacredness within you as well. Honoring that as well for the divine feminines. Reconnecting with that. Reconnecting with your sacral chakra may be significant. Not just for the divine feminines, but for the divine masculines as well. And know that giving is receiving, and that the universe will reflect that back to you every time. I really hope that you were able to hear this message. I really hope that this message was able to resonate. I know I got a little off with the messages, but there will definitely be more messages today. Hopefully this message was able to make it to you. Also, if you're feeling divinely guided to donate to the channel, you can. The cash app will be in the description below. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope that this message resonated. Sending you so much love and light. May you get it through the wind. Thank you.